Hello everyone, welcome back to Remind, knowledge sharing channel self-development through good books. This week, I want to share with you an incredibly valuable book.
I want to take you by the hand today and walk you into a book I have read, reread, dog-eared, underlined, cried over, and lived by for years. Its English title is Tools of Titans. Its original author is a man who needs almost no introduction in the English-speaking countries. Tim Ferriss, investor, podcaster, experimenter, and the human guinea pig who has spent the last 2 decades interviewing the most successful, creative, healthy, and wise people on the planet. Between 2014 and 2016, Tim recorded more than 200 long-form conversations with billionaires, icons, world champions, Nobel laureates, artists, generals, and spiritual masters. Then he did something unusual. Instead of simply publishing the interviews, he distilled every single piece of repeatable, actionable advice into one massive volume, a 700-page encyclopedia of tactics, routines, and beliefs that actually work. The result is not a normal book. It is a cheat code collection for life, and the chapter that has changed more lives than any other, including mine, is the one on morning routines. Tim calls it Win the Morning, Win the Day. The people he studied call it the 60 to 90 minutes that determine the quality of the next 16 waking hours. Today I'm going to hand you the concentrated essence of that chapter, the 4 morning habits that almost every Titan does in some form, told slowly, warmly, and deeply enough that you can feel them in your bones and start living them tomorrow. Habit number 1, make your bed. Yes, seriously, and no, it is not a metaphor. In 2014, Admiral William H. McRaven, commander of the U.S. Special Operations Command, gave a commencement speech that has now been watched more than 100 million times. He opened with one sentence that stunned the audience. If you want to change the world, start by making your bed. He explained, if you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. By the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. Tim Ferriss discovered that this tiny act appears in almost every high performer's morning, from billionaires to Navy SEALs to prima ballerinas. It is what Charles Duhigg in The Power of Habit calls a keystone habit, a simple behavior that triggers a cascade of other positive behaviors. When you work from home or simply wake up in a space that looks like a tornado hit it, your brain registers chaos. Cortisol rises, focus scatters. When you begin the day by bringing order to the small square of universe that is your bed, you send a signal to the nervous system. I am in control. I create order. I am capable. It takes 60 to 90 seconds, yet it pays dividends all day long. I started doing it 7 years ago after my first read of Tools of Titans. I was living in a 300-square-foot studio in Mexico City at the time, going through a brutal breakup and feeling like the world was collapsing. Every morning I forced myself to pull the sheets tight, fluff the pillow, smooth the blanket. Some days that was the only thing I got right, but it was enough to keep the flame alive. 6 months later, I looked back and realized those tiny acts of order had quietly rebuilt my entire life. Try it tomorrow. Just tomorrow. See what happens. Habit number 2, meditate for 10 to 20 minutes, the closest thing we have to a real-life superpower. When Tim asked his guests, what do most successful people have in common? The single most common answer, appearing in more than 80% of interviews, was some form of daily mindfulness or meditation practice. Not because they are trying to become monks, because they discovered that the ability to observe your own thoughts without being hijacked by them is the ultimate competitive advantage in the 21st century. Tony Robbins calls it the major league skill. Ray Dalio, who manages $150 billion, says, meditation, more than any other factor, is the reason I've been able to succeed. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jocko Willink, Sarah Blakely, Rick Rubin. The list is almost endless. What does meditation actually do? 1. It teaches you to separate stimulus from response. Something bad happens, you feel the emotion, but you no longer have to react immediately. You create space. In that space lies freedom. 2. It lowers the baseline level of cortisol and inflammation in the body. Hundreds of peer-reviewed studies show measurable reductions in anxiety, depression, blood pressure, and chronic pain. 3. It thickens the prefrontal cortex and improves focus, decision-making, and emotional regulation, the very skills that separate good from great. The method Tim recommends for beginners is brutally simple. Find a quiet place where no one will interrupt you. Sit comfortably, chair, floor, cushion, doesn't matter. Close your eyes. Focus on the sensation of your breath at the tip of your nose or the rise and fall of your belly. When your mind wanders, and it will within seconds, gently notice that it wandered and return to the breath. That's it. That single act of noticing and returning is the entire training. Do it for 10 minutes at first. If you try to sit for an hour on day 1, you will quit by day 3. Do it for 7 days straight before you judge it. Most people feel the shift around day 5 or 6. Apps Tim personally uses and recommends: Headspace, Andy Puddicombe's voice is like warm honey, and Calm. Both have free beginner courses. I started with 11 minutes a day in 2017. Today, I rarely miss a day, even when traveling. The difference is not that life became easier. The difference is that I stopped making it harder than it needed to be. Habit number 3, move your body into a peak state, the fastest way to change how you feel. Tony Robbins has a phrase he repeats in every seminar: emotion is created by motion. When you wake up groggy, stressed, or anxious, your physiology is literally shaping your psychology. Your shoulders are rounded, breathing shallow, facial muscles tight. Your body is sending the signal, danger, to your brain, even if the only danger is an overflowing inbox. The Titans solved this the same way. They hijack their physiology first thing in the morning. 2 tactics rise above all others. A. Priming breathwork, the 1-4-2 method. Inhale deeply through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 16 seconds. Exhale through the mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat 5 to 10 rounds. This pattern floods the body with oxygen, activates the lymphatic system, and flips you from sympathetic, fight or flight, to parasympathetic, rest and digest dominance in under 3 minutes. I do this every single morning while the kettle boils. It is the closest thing I've found to an instant mood reset button. B. 5 to 10 minutes of intense movement, 50 push-ups, 50 air squats, a quick kettlebell swing session, a 7-minute bodyweight circuit from YouTube. The goal is not fitness yet. The goal is to wake up the nervous system, release endorphins, and tell your brain, we are alive, we are safe, let's go create. I keep a pair of 24-kilogram kettlebells beside my bed. Most mornings I do 30 swings before my feet even touch the floor properly. The rest of the day feels different when it begins with that small act of dominance over gravity. Habit number 4, 5-minute journal. 2 pages that can rewire your brain. Tim Ferriss writes 2 types of journal entries every morning, alternating day by day. 1. Freedom journal, getting the poison out. He spends a few minutes free writing whatever is stressing him, fears, frustrations, to-do lists that feel overwhelming. The act of moving the loop from your head to paper reduces its emotional charge by 30 to 50% almost instantly, proven by Dr. James Pennebaker's research. You don't have to solve anything, you just have to name it. 2. Gratitude and intention journal. Programming the mind for meaning. Every morning he writes, "Oh, 3 things I am grateful for, they can be tiny. Oh, 3 outcomes that would make today great, specific, controllable, important." Gratitude is the only emotion that cannot coexist with fear or anger. When you start the day by deliberately hunting for evidence that life is good, you train the reticular activating system, RAS, to keep finding more evidence all day long. I have used the physical 5-minute journal for 6 years. Some mornings I write, "I am grateful for the sound of rain on the window, for the fact that my mother is still alive, and for the first sip of coffee." Those 3 lines take 20 seconds, yet they color the entire day. Putting it all together, your first Titan morning. You do not need to do all 4 habits at once. Start with 1. The Titans themselves often say, "If I only have 5 minutes, I make the bed. If I have 10, I meditate. If I have 20, I move and journal." Here is the exact sequence I have used for the last 5 years. It takes me 21 minutes on average. 1. Wake up, drink a large glass of water, make the bed 90 seconds. 2. 11 minutes of meditation. Headspace Basics Pack. 3. 30 kettlebell swings plus 1 to 4 to 2 breath work, 4 minutes. 4. 5-minute journal while coffee brews, 4 minutes. That is it. 21 minutes that quietly compound into a completely different life. The compound effect. Words cannot capture. When you stack these 4 habits for 30, 60, 90 days, something strange and beautiful happens. You stop needing caffeine to feel awake. You stop needing drama to feel alive. You stop needing external validation to feel worthy. You start noticing opportunities that were always there but you were too distracted to see. You start finishing what you start. You start becoming the kind of person other people describe as calm, focused, unstoppable. I know this because I have lived it, and because I have watched hundreds of readers and listeners write to me with the same story. I thought it was too simple to work. Then I tried it for a week and everything changed. Final words from the Titans themselves, Jocko Willink, Navy SEAL commander. Discipline equals freedom. Ray Dalio, billionaire investor. Pain plus reflection equals progress. Maria Popova, writer, Brain Pickings. Presence is far more difficult than productivity and far more rewarding. And Tim Ferriss, in his quiet, almost shy way, simply says, "You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to get it going." So tomorrow morning when your alarm goes off and the old voice whispers, 5 more minutes, it doesn't matter. Remember this, the bed is waiting to be made. The breath is waiting to be felt. The body is waiting to be moved. The journal is waiting to be filled. And somewhere in the future, a version of you who is calmer, stronger, freer, and prouder is watching, smiling and whispering, "Thank you for starting. Thank you for not waiting to feel ready. Thank you for giving me the gift of these 20 minutes every morning." That version of you is not a fantasy. That version of you is inevitable. If you begin, start small, start now, win the morning, and watch quietly as you win the rest of your life. With deep respect and belief in what you are about to become, a translator who has seen these 4 habits quietly rebuild thousands of lives across 3 continents,